beer tubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look at one of the other beers from the company that makes Guinness, Kilkenny Irish Cream Ale. This one, brewed in Ireland, smooth and distinguished, 4.3% ABV, is actually more of a red ale than it is a cream ale. It says the Kilkenny word and Abbey device are trademarks, blah blah blah, Diego, Ireland, brewed in Ireland by Guinness and Company, St. James Gate, Dublin 8, Ireland. So I don't know if this is actually brewed at the same brewery, St. James Gate Brewery, as Guinness is, but it's apparently still brewed in Ireland, so that's actually quite impressive considering it's a mass-produced ale. So, it's also one of the very few cans that we get here that still comes with a widget in it. The other one being, of course, Guinness. Everyone knows Guinness. So let's pop this thing open and get her in a glass. Same 440 milliliter can. Of course, being a nitrogen widget can, it's still got that dense, thick, creamy, dense head that you get from Guinness, as well as the same cascade effect. I'm going to move my hand and put that in front of the camera here for a bit. And just look at how beautiful that is. The way the head's forming, a nice creamy top, level with the top of the mug, the pint here. It's not a full-size pint glass, but it's the perfect size to store a Guinness beer. Technically not 100% perfect, just because it's got it doesn't come bubbling over the top. It's just high enough to look beautiful. But yeah, it's taking a bit to fully settle. Irregardless, it's actually just as beautiful looking beer as what Guinness is. If you went into this knowing it was a red ale, it's a nice golden, amber, brown color. Right. It's got a thick, Guinness-like white head, a little bit tan green color. Very dense. Holy crap. It's probably dense enough that you could put in like a quarter on top of that and have it not sink in. That's pretty thick. And you can almost, there's a few bubbles you can see, but you can almost not see the bubbles. It's so fine. And that's thanks to using a nitrogen widget. So that's really not anything to say about the quality of the beer itself, just the nitrogen widget they used in it. Now the other beers that I had that use nitro widget cans, Belhaven Best and Guinness all do the same thing. They got this nice thick creamy head and that's it. So yeah, it's like a golden orange amber kind of color. Very amber in the middle and through the center. So that's enough of looking at it. Let's give this a sniff. It's got a light, like caramel fruity smell that is actually very similar to one of the smells you find in Guinness, except for there's no roasted malt smell coming off of that. It's just this subtle smell. Might be a result of some of the ingredients that they use. Maybe the nitrogen I'm smelling. It's like a very faint, mild sweetness. Almost no smell at all to it. I mean, it smells nice. It's just not as massively impressive to me as like Guinness would be. I know that Guinness isn't really an extremely high-rated beer when it comes to stouts. It's just a personal soft spot. It's got like a light, sweet, malty smell with a slight like red fruity edge to it, but it's almost not there at all. It's inviting, probably only because of its connection with Guinness in that smell department. And it might be because they use the same equipment and use the nitro widget, so who knows. Anyway, let's jump right to the taste. There's a distinct earthy bitterness that catches in the back, lingers a bit on the tongue, but it's mainly focused on the roof of the back of the mouth. There's a toasted grain taste that sits in the palate, and some light sweetness. But again, just like in the smell, it's very faint. It's like a red fruit kind of caramel malt flavor, but it's almost not there. It's even got some of that roasted coffee taste that you would find in Guinness, but it's not as thick. It's very easily drinkable, though. Perhaps a little on the woody side, too. Just a touch. Yeah, you get this like faint amount of caramel malt. And a nice sugary sweet, kind of almost fruity flavor. But it's as far as flavor profile, it's just this easy drinking beer, nice and creamy, with a little bit of lingering earthy bitterness. Very sessionable. And it doesn't finish like perfectly dry, but it does finish dry enough that you do want to take another sip, so it is kind of nice in that regard. Yeah, I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit, and I'll come back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with Kilkenny Irish Cream Ale. So what did I think about this one? Well, it tastes nothing like Irish cream. So if you're going into this thinking it's going to taste like Bailey's or something, you've got it dead wrong. Taste-wise, it tastes like a lighter Guinness, to be totally honest. It tastes a lot like Guinness, except for you don't get the more intense like coffee and chocolate notes that you would get in a standard thing of Guinness Draft. However, a huge portion of its flavor profile is present in this one, as well as the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel is probably not quite as dry as Guinness is, but it does have that creamy taste because of the nitrous widget, as well as the it's almost the same body. It's just a little bit lighter. Flavor-wise, it's got those. It's nice and creamy. It's got almost that little hook of that little red fruity taste that you get in the very back. Just a faint taste that you get in the very back of the roof of the mouth. And oh yeah, and the roasted malt character. So I gotta say that this is actually really nice, very pleasant, and I was actually surprised because I was going into this one really not expecting a whole lot, because I'd had it before and I recall not being too impressed. And it's not like it's an incredible beer or anything. It looks good in the glass, but it's a beer, to be totally honest. It's one of the better ones. I think I'm actually gonna go. I think I want to give this a 3.5 out of 5. If for anything, because it harkens back memories to one of my favorite beers. Quality-wise, it's actually pretty nice, but it's not like something that's going to rock your world or anything. It's just a beer. Just a good, satisfying, sessionable Irish beer. So, with that said, it's actually I recommend it, but it's nothing special. The flavor profile leaves something to be desired because there's not like a whole lot of flavor there. But the way it feels in your throat and the way it goes down, if you're a Guinness fan, you'll like Kilkenny, basically. So, there you have it. Anyway, thank you for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review. Hope you have enjoyed watching my review of Kilkenny, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.